Hi everyone! We are officially past Thanksgiving, which means we are officially in the winter holiday season, and I am so excited to get dressed for it. Honestly, every year I get so excited about all the fun festive holiday outfits in theory, but I also frequently struggle with actually finding something to wear in my closet that aligns with my vision. So today, as an exercise in creativity, resourcefulness, and inspiration for both of us, I am going to try to style some festive holiday season outfits using what I have in my closet and provide tips and tricks along the way to help you do the same thing. Because exciting festive outfits are probably already waiting for us in there, and I can't wait to find them. My first tip for putting together an exciting festive outfit for the holidays is to use the holiday at hand as an opportunity to finally wear that special piece you're always saving or making excuses not to wear. Often, we feel like we have nothing to wear, when really, we're skipping over so many things in our closet because we're so used to not even considering them as options. And then when a special occasion to wear them does roll around, it's easy to just skip over them again because we're so used to it. But a special occasion is the perfect time for those special pieces to shine. As an example for this one, I am going to style this green striped blouse. This just feels a little extra in a way that always has me making excuses for why it's not quite the right piece for any given day or occasion. In fact, when I was planning this video, I thought of this top and then I was like, oh no, that's a summer top. Can't use that. Just because it's like lightweight cotton. But this top also has dark green stripes. It has little bows. It has some poofy flounciness. And all of those traits feel very Christmas to me. You've got to reframe those pieces you're making excuses for in your mind. This top can quite easily be transformed into a more winter appropriate option by just layering it with a long dark dress underneath. Many different skirt options would also work great with this, I think. I just went with a dress because that also makes it a little more cold weather appropriate with this open front. With strategic layering, one of your go-to summer items could also work for the holidays or for winter. I also went with my black boots here to, again, just continue a darker, more wintry vibe. And now I just feel like we need a cozy knit texture. If we want to layer even more, I feel like a sweater vest on top could be great. I'm not aiming to cover and hide the shirt, but maybe just the little puffy sleeves poking out could be like the feature. Okay, I do think this shirt is like a little puffy to be layered under this long tunicky vest, but I think this kind of works. It would be better probably if the vest were cropped. Another option that gives the blouse a little more room to breathe is just a chunky cardigan worn open. This definitely still brings in that cozy knit, but it lets my shirt be a little more on display. We also have absolutely no waistband whatsoever, which I think is another key thing to keep in mind when planning your outfits for the holidays. Any event with lots of eating, I would be so comfy in this, but I still feel so cute. And to finish it off, I feel like we just need like a little shine, a little sparkle. I'm thinking maybe some brooches on the sweater. Okay, I actually love this so much. I feel like, especially for Christmas, a little bit of a vintagey historical vibe and then also some little shine and detail just adds so much to an outfit. I'm like selling myself on this exact outfit to wear for family Christmas this year. And it all started with this blouse that I never would have thought of to wear for the holidays if not for this video. Okay, for another example of using the holidays as an excuse to style those sort of out there special pieces that you always skip over in your closet, we're gonna style this semi-sheer nightgown. Another item I'm always making excuses not to wear because it's just a little high effort, you know, it's dramatic. But like, if Christmas or New Year's isn't the time for a high effort dramatic outfit, when is? The main thing that makes this difficult to wear is that the entire thing is somewhat sheer. And for winter, it's also just too cool anyway, so we're gonna have to layer it. But what if I layer this on top of this vintage corduroy Laura Ashley dress? One of my greatest thrift finds of all time. I actually wore this dress to Christmas 2 years ago, but it would never have occurred to me to wear it with this, so let's try it on. Here's this dress on its own as a base layer, and here is our layered look. Oh my god, I love this even more than I was expecting to. I think this looks so good. Now I want to wear this this year for Christmas. This dress underneath is obviously like quite voluminous, it's long sleeves, it's full length, so I actually think layering something over to break it up is perfect. And the lace against the corduroy, such a good textural juxtaposition. I love this. And now I want to like pin this up a bit to have the corduroy poking out on the bottom too. Let's give that a try. Okay, I would dedicate more time to pinning this to wear out in real life. It's not quite as neat as it could be, but hopefully you get the idea. I think this looks so fabulous. I love the drapey shape. I love how it shows more of the dress underneath. Just like the drama of this, the draping, the beauty, the silhouette. I love this. But I also loved it just down. You know, if you don't want to do all this, like just layering 2 dresses together can also work great. I honestly don't even feel like we need to add anything else to this. I mean, we've got my tall boots again. We've got some simple jewelry. We could go a little more exciting with it, but I honestly think this feels complete as it is. This is so special and so beautiful. And when it comes down to it, so simple. It's literally just these 2 items. Sometimes 2 special things from your wardrobe can combine together and create all the impact you need for a whole outfit. My next tip to put together a great holiday outfit is to think about what exactly makes an outfit feel festive to you. I feel like we're marketed so many images of what holiday attire looks like that sometimes we don't stop to break down exactly what makes that attire feel holiday, what actually resonates with you within that broader holiday fashion umbrella, and how you can implement that in your own wardrobe. I mean, to zoom out even more, a lot of holiday attire at this time of year is really only geared towards Christmas and New Year's. So that alone is quite limiting and obviously won't apply to everyone. That said, my main holidays this time of year are Christmas and New Year's. And you know, my version of festive isn't like super far outside of the mainstream or anything, but let's put some words to it. What are some elements of festive style that I can identify that resonate with me? Certain textures are really integral to the holiday style that I really love, like shine and metallics, cozy textures like knits, corduroy, velvet, or flannel, and also furry textures, which can feel like kind of glam. It can go with like the sequins, but also kind of cozy. It can go with the chunky knit, you know? For Christmas, I also love more traditional or historical inspired clothing. Prints like plaid also come to mind here, and a rich jewel tone color palette with a little more contrast and drama to it. Obviously, these ideas still come from like a shared cultural idea of what festive is, which is informed by marketing. But I think by breaking it down like this, instead of looking through my closet for things that scream Christmas or scream holiday season, and then being frustrated when nothing seems to fit that, I can look for these more specific traits like plaid or knit textures and work from there. So for an example outfit here, if I'm thinking of shine and dressiness, but also coziness, one piece that is coming to mind for me is this pair of velvet pants. I think velvet is the perfect intersection of shiny and glam versus rich and cozy. And I have never thought of wearing these as like a holiday outfit before, but I think they could totally work. On top, I think I'm gonna go more cozy. I have a lot of cozy sweaters. So I'm thinking this white cable knit one. It also will add a lighter color, a snowy feel, if you will. And then underneath, I'm just thinking a black turtleneck could be a good way to sort of sandwich the light sweater with dark tones, create that drama and high contrast. Let's try it on. All right, I'm loving this. It feels quite festive to me. I also added my little silver shoes for some shine, another one of my key festive elements. I also think this neckline is calling for some jewelry. This outfit is interesting, I think, partially because it goes against the way I would normally go about styling outfits, because my preferences for normal everyday style and my sense of what's festive are not the same. For example, I tend to avoid super high contrast pairings because I usually like something with a little more mid-tones, more muted, more nuance. But then for the holidays, I feel like that stark high contrast, I don't know, it creates more drama. It feels more festive. So sometimes just using your same pieces in a slightly different way can create more of that festive look. Finally, for outerwear, I'm thinking we can add more of a, oh no, it fell. More of a furry accent with this fur trimmed coat. Oh my gosh, I love this. I would 100% wear this just on like an everyday winter day, but also to a Christmas gathering, you know? It works so well for both. And it's funny because overall this feels so winter festive to me, but these pieces are not necessarily what would come to mind for me when I'm thinking of like festive feeling holiday outfits. If I were following like the first most obvious train of thought, I never would have used these pants and I never would have ended up here. But I love that we've ended up here. The only thing I'm not sure about are these socks with it, but I don't know what would be the correct socks. Let me know your thoughts. Anyway, I love that this totally fits the brief, feels festive, but it's also, you know, something a little less obvious, a little different. All right, for another example outfit, letting these holiday style traits guide me, I want to style this skirt. This is another piece I have never thought of as Christmas before, but it has several traits I mentioned that feel festive. Plaid, a cozy flannel texture, and some rich jewel tones, even if I don't typically think of these as like Christmas colors, I think they could totally work for Christmas. I feel like this brightly colored plaid could read more like modern and playful, or even a little edgy, or more historical and traditional, depending on the pieces I pair it with. So to give it that more traditional look that I also associate with Christmas, I'm gonna use this frilly sort of historical looking blouse on top. Here we have it. I love this. For shoes, I also went the sort of historical route with these rustic little brown boots. They also add a bit of coziness, and I think this is so cute. And again, even though I would not have like thought to do this as like a festive Christmassy item, it's totally feeling that way to me in this outfit. Picture me next to a Christmas tree. It just looks natural and correct. I do think I would probably tuck this shirt in with this outfit. This skirt is also just a lot of fabric, so I feel like it'll create a little more definition. Yeah, that's adorable. I look like a calico critter. And then I think I would add a belt, since we have this defined waist anyway. I'm going with brown to match the boots. Okay, this is so fun. I like never wear this belt because I feel like I can't figure out the right outfit for it, but I think it is doing so much here, really tying it all together. I do also think all the brown is making it lean a little more casual and soft, so I think just to add something more elevated, we're just gonna do some shiny jewelry again. I think these ones are good because they are eye-catching, they elevate the look, but they're not so formal that they look sort of off with the more like rustic vibes within this outfit. I am loving this outfit, even more than I thought I would, honestly. I thought I might have to do more to it to make it feel, you know, festive. But like I said, from looking at the traits that I already think are festive, rich colors, plaid, coziness, historical vibes, like this already feels so complete and so holiday appropriate to me. I love this. Okay, this next tip is really just an activity that I think is fun, but I think it can also help you clarify your vision, figure out what you're actually going for with these seasonal looks. And that is to make a mood board. I have done this the past couple of years, in part because I was traveling over the holidays, so it was sort of a capsule wardrobe inspo. But this year, I'm not traveling and I did it again anyway, just because it's fun and creative and inspiring. And again, it really helps me clarify my vision. Instead of just thinking of like archetypal holiday fashion, you know, just imagining like a sequined mini dress and then feeling like I have nothing to wear because I don't have that. A mood board helps me create my own vision and gives me a jumping off point for my own outfits. Here is my mood board for this winter holiday season. We've got decor, outfits, and general vibes kind of all wrapped into one. And those vibes are like train ride to a snowy village where you might be in a manor, you might be in a cabin, but either way, there's a whistling kettle and a crackling fireplace, and maybe like a horse-drawn sleigh. It's basically Narnia. The vibe is Narnia. Honestly, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is one of my primary aesthetic inspirations for winter and the holiday season this year. It's fully on the mood board. I don't know why it came back to me with such passion this year, but the vibe is whimsical, historical, magical adventure Christmas, and I'm loving it. So let's style an outfit inspired by this vibe, shall we? For this one, I'm actually going to start with this furry trimmed coat because, I mean, fur coats are iconic to The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Famously, it is one of the things inside the titular wardrobe. But inside the coat, what to wear. Another repeated theme on the mood board is cozy knits, specifically Fair Isle patterns. So I'm thinking this very wintry Fair Isle cardigan. And then on the bottom, I also noticed on my mood board a repeated theme of flowy, lacy, long white skirts. So let's do this white maxi skirt with eyelet trim. Okay, here's our base. I kept the same blouse from the last outfit because I thought it also worked great with this one, and it's helpful to see things, you know, styled in multiple different ways. Before I put this coat on, I'm gonna add the shoes, and I think to bring in that sort of like rustic, adventuresome vibe, these brown lace-up boots are gonna work great again. Okay, I love it. Very cozy, very winter, very subtly festive and a little Narnia. Now, let's add our coat. I love this. Oh my gosh, so just lush and cozy, so aligned with the vision. Okay, the last thing I think I want to add is this hat. There are a lot of winter hats on the mood board, particularly in this style. And while I don't have one quite like that, this one is a similar shape. Oh my gosh. I love this. I'm also incredibly warm right now. Between the shirt, the sweater, the wool coat, and the hat. Could definitely go on a snowy sleigh ride in this. Easily get some tights on under here, and we're golden. I think we've kind of nailed it. I love this. And again, really don't know if I would have come up with this without curating this vision and then looking through the curation for patterns and then drawing from those repeated themes and putting them into this outfit. I feel so wintry and so cute and just so ready to like be out in a snowy forest or something in this. All right, obviously a great mood board should inspire and produce more than one great outfit. So let's take another look for more repeated themes. Another thing I'm noticing is a lot of pops of red. There's also a lot of plaid and other sort of straight geometric patterns. What if we do this blouse for like a straight gridded pattern that will also incorporate some pops of red, and then we layer this dress underneath as like a plaid skirt moment? Will this look cool or really dumb? We'll just have to try it to find out. Okay, so unfortunately, I do think this blouse on top of this dress looks a little weird. I think it's mainly the shape. The dress is more voluminous than the top, so the top is sort of clinging to the dress in a weird way. But I'm thinking, what if we layer the blouse under the dress instead? Okay, you know what? I think that's better for me. I feel like this shape and silhouette looks much better. I also think this pattern's a little busier, so having this one less visible and the more linear, straightforward pattern more visible creates sort of a cleaner look. I'm into this. And I absolutely never would have come up with this if I had not been referencing that mood board for my inspiration. I also added some tall boots just for a more wintry feel. I also feel like these kind of go with the like rustic vibe of this outfit that also aligns with the mood board. And realistically, you know, for winter I would wear tights with this, but I just can't bring myself to put them on right now just to cover this sliver of knee. For a jacket, there are actually repeated inspo pics on this mood board with jackets that sort of resemble my go-to everyday tan corduroy jacket. I wear this so often on the day-to-day. I honestly forget about it as like an actual styling piece, but I wear it so often because I love it and I think it looks great. I gotta integrate it into my more, you know, intentional dressed up outfits too. This does cover so much of the blouse that I'm like, does this look weird now? Maybe if we tie it. I actually don't know if I think this layering combo is working with the coat. But like realistically, I would be wearing the coat like this in the cold and then taking it off when I get where I'm going. So maybe we can think of these as like the outdoor version of the indoor version. For the outdoor version, I do also want to add a hat. This guy is just so perfect, so aligned with the vibe. I can't resist using it again. Why is the hat also kind of making the coat with the layering combo also work more for me somehow? I don't know. I think I love this outfit. Again, sort of whimsical, sort of like snowy, outdoorsy, cozy, but also festive. This one feels very Moonrise Kingdom, Wes Anderson Christmas, which I love. I'm really into this. And again, would never have thought to combine all these things together without my curated inspiration. I love it. All right, my last tip is actually probably the easiest and most low effort of the bunch. If none of these other ones work for you, I feel like this one still might. And it is, instead of trying to style a whole holiday outfit, try styling a regular outfit with a holiday accent. Sometimes the thing that makes an outfit feel festive is less the clothes, the main body of the outfit itself, and more so little subtle accents you can easily add with the right colors, textures, or vibes that can cast the whole outfit in a different light. So if you feel like you have nothing to wear for the holidays, try just wearing your normal clothes and then adding a little accent. For an example here, I have just thrown on one of my most mundane, everyday cold weather outfits, some neutral solid pants, and a chunky boxy sweater. I've been wearing variations of this on a daily basis lately, and I mean I like it, but it doesn't necessarily feel festive in any way. However, for my holiday accent piece, I'm just going to add these silver shoes again. I actually thrifted these for the holidays specifically, I think 2 years ago, and since then I've integrated them a lot more into my everyday style and wardrobe, but I feel like they instantly make this outfit so much more festive. Another accent you could easily add is some jewelry. It doesn't have to be like Christmas themed, but even just something a little dressier or sparklier or more statement than usual can work. Like maybe this pearl beaded necklace or these chunky sparkly beaded earrings to match. So simple, so easy, subtle, and yet I think we're definitely giving a festive vibe here, especially when you think of the outfit in a holiday context. Like almost any regular winter outfit can feel festive if you picture it next to some lights or a tree, you know? But especially when you've got those little touches like a metallic shoe or some special jewelry. Just to give you some more ideas of different types of small festive accents you could add, we're going to throw on another regular winter outfit to accessorize. And this time, I'm just going to go with a long black skirt, black sweater, and some loafers. Here's our base. Very simple, mundane outfit. I wouldn't like see this and think festive holidays. But if we throw on some red socks and a little hair bow, suddenly It's giving Christmas. Just those little accents make this so much more fun and festive. Also, you know, the general like bows and ribbons trend is starting to wane for sure, but I think bows are always perfect and on theme for the holidays specifically. It's like you're a little wrapped present, you know? It's like you're the little wreath with the bow on it. Bows will never not be cute for the holiday season. We've also just got some simple jewelry with this one. Of course, you could add the more elevated jewelry too. You could switch to the silver shoes, you know? You could add lots of little accents to dress it up even more. But I'm loving this. I think I'm just gonna add an overcoat just so we can see a final version. I also just like more layering and pattern to my outfits. This is less to make it festive and more just to finish off this winter outfit. But I do think a plaid overcoat works great for winter in general and for sort of a, you know, traditional holiday vibe. And there you have it. I absolutely love this. This also feels, again, very comfortable, stretchy waistband, soft sweater, covered up for the cold, but still like chic and festive and a little dressy. I'm trying to put my hand in the pocket and I can't find it. I feel elevated, but I also feel, you know, a little cozy, not too dressed up, and most importantly, I feel festive. Perfect conclusion. All right, y'all, those are all the outfits I've got today using my 4 holiday dressing strategies of using the special pieces I always ignore, breaking down what makes an outfit festive, making a mood board, and using festive accents. I hope this was helpful or at least gave you some fun inspiration. I would absolutely love to hear what your mood or vision for your holiday season fashion is this year in the comments below, or if you have any more tips for festive outfits using the clothes in your closet. And I heard if you do leave a comment, watch another video, and subscribe, your brother Edmund will never betray you for some Turkish delight.